Hey guys, this is Doctor McFarland, and it's been a long time coming, but we finally have another Headrush update, and this is the Headrush update 2.4 firmware update, and this is applicable to all the Headrush products, so for the pedal board, the gig board, and also the MX5. So if you own any of these products, then go to the Headrusheffects.com website and be sure to go to the downloads page, I think, and you will find the firmware update for either Mac or Windows. And if you are on a Windows computer, you will need the USB driver for the Windows unit or your Windows computer, and you should have no problems updating this thing at all. So what I have before me tonight is the Headrush gig board. This is what is usually on my desk 99% of the time, and it's just really found a home over the last few years since it came out on my desk, because it's just, still has the same nice big screen that the full-size pedal board has. 7-inch touchscreen, and it has plenty of switches for what I need, just for me pressing on the switches there. And yeah, it's just simple, makes life easy when I'm tracking guitar and bass for different songs, whether I'm working with a client or just jamming the backing tracks off of YouTube or just whatever. So let me know how the volume is. I think my mic might be a little hot, maybe. Try not to get too hot. If I need to, I can back off the mic just a little bit. Whatever I need to do. So, one more thing to get out of the way before we start building some rigs tonight. This live stream is a monthly event that I do here on the channel, and this is helping to support my products. Or you can sign up for my Headrush tone sculpting rigs course that's on the website, and it's only $20, and that gets you all the rigs that I've done before and all the rigs I'm ever going to do in the future. So if you feel like donating to the YouTube channel and my work here that I do in the studio and with Headrush and teaching music theory and just all the stuff, that is a great way to donate, and you get Headrush rigs pretty much for life. So that is one way to get some value from what I do here on YouTube. And also you can sign up to go deeper on all the Headrush products by signing up for the Headrush tone sculpting course, which is what I do of going through every single amp, cab, microphone, effect, everything that's in the Headrush. I go through it all. I show you how to set it up. I'll talk about the history of some of the amps and the knobs and how to just dial things in from a really behind the scenes, going really deep perspective. So without further ado, and with all that said, let's go ahead and just dive in. So one of the first things that we need to do is we probably need the tune. And fortunately for us, Headrush has a new tuner. This does still have the beta version on this unit, but as far as I know, they hadn't really changed anything from the public version. So we can go ahead and just talk about what I have here called up on the gig board. So we have a new tuner. You can see that the little LED strips are a little bit narrower. It's a hard word for me to say. I don't know why, but so I think it just makes it a little bit more accurate as far as the tuning stability and all that. So let's just go ahead and flip it over to the neck pickup and let's give it a tune. So obviously I'm a little flat. And when you see both arrows light up, you know you're in tune. Okay. So now we got the A string. And speaking of music theory, now I really don't know this myself. I'd have to research it. But does anybody know why we tune our guitars to E standard, which is EADGBE? If anybody knows that, leave a comment in the chat. And, you know, we'll have some fun figuring out some cool theory stuff. Okay. And we are in tune. So, nothing else has really changed here on the tuning screen. We still have our tap tempo right here. And you can also mute your signal. Oh, sorry, wrong switch. You can mute your signal by hitting the switch 1 there. And you can click on the tuning reference 440 and use the dial to change things up. Weird. I thought I saw a lag there, but maybe I didn't. Okay. So then we can just use switch 4 to press exit. Okay. So whether you're on the Headrush pedal board, gig board, or MX5, you have a new tuner. So that's pretty great. All right, let's go ahead and go to the end of our thing. No, actually, let's not do that. Let's go to the middle, go to amps. And this is what I kept not showing in previous live streams, was I would essentially turn off my camera so you couldn't see all the different stuff that was coming through. But we do have 4 new, actually it's actually 1 new amp, but it's 4 channels of that amp, and it's the Powerball from Ingle. So the EPB, and it came out in 2011. So the numbers right here give you the day, give you the year that the amp model came out. That's why we see 59 Deluxe Gain Mod, 64 Black Lux Norm, 65 Black Prince, 65 J45, 66 AC30, you know, all this stuff. 69 Blue Line Bass Amp, 82 Lead 800s, 92s. So we're really going back pretty far in the history of amplifier options, and they're giving us a long, rich history of different things we can use. 1999 is with the PV 5150 2 came out. I'm not sure if that refers to like the block letter or which. I just don't know. We can dive deeper on that in the Headrush tone sculpting course, where I go through all the amps and stuff. But yeah, a lot of great options there. But for tonight, we're mainly going to concern ourselves with the 4 different channels of the Ingle Powerball. So let's click on clean. And I watched a few videos already earlier today, and everyone was getting some really good clean tones. Whether you like adding chorus, vibrato, maybe some pitch shifting type stuff. There's all kinds of different ways to, you know, spice up your clean tones. But for now, let's just see what we can do here. Let's make sure I turn it up. So how I'm getting this signal here, and let me click on headphones. Okay, I'm going through a Focusrite 18i8, and this has 4 mic pre's on the front and 4 line inputs on the back. So I'm essentially using a TRS to dual mono cable from the actual headphone output on the gig board. I'm going line in to the back of my interface. Now, should I be using the headphone? I know there's like impedance issues and different stuff like that, but I just don't care. It works and it sounds good to me. So I also use the Headrush. I also use the headphone output when I'm sending signal to my FR 108, and that's, you know, if I'm using it whether in church or just jamming with friends or whatever. I'll just take a regular TS guitar cable, go out of the headphone jack, and then go to the FR 108. Now that is specifically for the pedal board because it has a separate headphone knob, and that's how I adjust the separate volumes from the master out versus what's going to the FR 108. Now, obviously, with the gig board and the MX5, you can't really do that. Not even really. I mean, you can't do that. You just can't adjust the headphones separately from the master output, and that's just the way it is. So, okay, that was the neck pickup. Here's the bridge pickup. Okay, so the cab that they thought was paired best with this is the classic 30 watt. And we have a 57 off axis. Let's put it on axis and see what happens. So it brightens it up a little bit. Okay, I haven't played this guitar in a while, and I am getting a little bit of a fret wear, so I'm not sure if that is messing with my tuning or not. Let's go ahead and tune again. Always tune below the pitch, from below the pitch, and tune up to it. It kind of keeps the string tension where it needs to be. 21 viewers, that's great. Go ahead and ask me some questions. And if you know the answer to my question from earlier of where do we get E standard tuning, EADGBE, where do we get that? Who came up with it? Who decided this was a good idea? Because obviously, you know, blues players, slide players, they like playing in open tunings like open G, open E, open D. There's also dadgad tuning, which is not really something I've explored a whole lot. All right, that sounds good. But yeah, where does E standard tuning come from? Leave a comment in the chat there. Or if you're watching this after the live stream, leave a comment down below in the comments, in the comment section. There you go. All right, so apparently Headrush went into very deep modeling to really model every single switch and nuance of this amp. So you see we have a bright switch and we have a bottom switch. So to me, bright would adjust the top end and then bottom would adjust the bottom end, you know, the bass. But other than that, we got bass, middle, treble. We also have a mid boost. So on this clean amp, on the clean channel, we can adjust how bright it is, how oomphy, you know, the bottom end. We can adjust the mid boost, and there's also a depth punch there, as well as a presence and a master. So, and it also has a gate, which is really cool. So let's check that out real fast. So I'm going to play a chord. See what happens if I turn it down. Okay, not sure what's going on there. I would think it would cut out the signal. But really, I hadn't messed with the gate on the clean channel, so maybe it only works on the distorted channels. I'm not sure. Let's check on the. Let's find the tone that we're going for here. So obviously, if we turn the gain up, we're gonna start getting a little crunchy. Okay, cool. So you can use the clean channel for a good overdrive crunch tone. That's great. Let's go for clean because we can. Let's turn the gain down a little bit. I am using a humbucker guitar, so maybe for my clean tone I want to either use the middle position or even the neck. But yeah. So this humbucker, this is a Railhammer pickup. And it is, I mean, it's not super hot, but it can add some punch to your sound. So I'm going to use the middle position to really clean it up. And I have a Telecaster, and I also have a 335 style guitar, and also a Stratocaster. You know, they're all Reverend guitars, but it's a Strat style guitar. So I can always switch out guitars if I need to, but so far the 45 range, 54 starts getting a little crunchy. Okay, so let's keep the gain at 41. Let's see what happens if we turn the bright on. So that's dark, it's bright. Okay, that's cool. Bottom. Okay, so I hear the low end just come in, just a little bit. A little bit. Let's see what the mid boost does. And the depth punch. Okay. Not hearing night and day differences in that. Maybe if you turned up the gain, you would hear it more, but okay, so concept I go through a lot on these live streams and also my website in the Headrush tone sculpting course is, even though we have a master volume, this is not really where you want to add, this is not what you want to adjust to raise the volume of the rig, okay? Because adding master volume on this amp or any other amp that has a master volume is actually like you're cooking the power amp tubes, and it's just pushing, you're really just pushing the amp. So you will get some breakup from the master volume. So even though I have the, let's go, yeah, there's the gain. Gain it still is at 41. So master all the way up. You hear that? It's just a lot of, okay, so you want to be careful. If you're trying to get a clean tone, you want to be careful to not push the master volume as well as the gain of the amp. Okay, so let's go back to our middle position. And that sounds good. So now what we can do, we can always mess with the microphone if we want. I try not to use IRs in the live stream because I'm going to assume that not everyone has the same IR that I do. Even though I do have a Doctor McFarland IR pack from Sonic DNA, which you should totally get. I think Greg has everything off 30% off on his website. So it's a good time to go pick up my IR pack, which is a great way to have tons of different variations and thinking like a producer while you're in the studio and creating your tones. But for these live streams, I really do just try to keep everything kind of neutral and just use the stock Headrush cabs. And Headrush comes with IRs as well, which we can look at. So I think I was messing around the other night with the is a 4x12 cab with the 414 condenser on the bright setting, the bright IR, and I really like that sound. It was good. Okay, so this has a nice all-around sound. Let's go back to our 57. So that has less low end and a little bit more high end or high mid bark. And then the 414 Hear the low end that's there? Sounds really nice. And that's a little bit brighter. Still less low end. Cool. I like it off axis, especially for this clean tone, okay? Let's check the comments here. Watching from Manila. The Thrilla from Manila. How come the effects on the Headrush lower the volume? I don't have that experience. I guess it depends on what you're doing. But anything getting close to the 40 to 50% percentage, it's just a wet dry ratio. That's all it is. So the closer you get to 50%, the more 50% is equally dry and wet. If you started going 55, 60, 70, 75, you're going to start getting less dry and more wet. So I try to keep my delays and reverbs in the 20 to 30% range. Unless I'm just going for like a really ambient, really wet, washy kind of sound, then I will start creeping up into like the 50%, 60% range, just depending on what I'm going for. But most wet effects, delay, reverb, the standard stuff, I try to keep in the 20 to 30% range. So I hope that helps you. I really like the kind of videos I learn about. Thanks. Yeah, cool. You're welcome, Frankie. So I do this. I'm just here to inspire and guide and teach a little bit. And also, I'm here to learn as well. So, yes, Aaron. They did fix the looper on the MX5. You should know this by now. I told you that. So yeah, go get the update and check out the looper. So what the looper issue was, the reason why they had to change the positions of the switches, not positions, but like what was showing up on each switch, was the looper. Well, first of all, I think the switches work on the upstroke and not the down, which a lot of people are kind of screaming about, hey, you need to make the effect change on the down and not the up. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So, but with the looper, like for instance, if I go to this looper here, obviously we have start, record, peel, and exit. And if I hold down the peel, it will clear, because whatever's underneath is a secondary function of that switch. And the problem was they had the secondary functions on the first two switches, and it was messing things up with how the looper just did the action of looping and starting the loop and on the down versus the up and all that's different stuff. So they did fix that, and that's great. I don't think there were any issues on the pedal board or the gig board as far as the looper goes that I know of. So, but that has been fixed for the MX5. Gregory, he's going to answer our question here. I want to make sure I keep my microphone down a little bit, so I don't want to get too hot. 440 became standard when singers of the time period could easily adapt their voices to that pitch frequency. Okay, well that's cool. That's a good little history lesson there. But where did E standard come from for the tuning of the guitar? I think that was my original question. But yeah, 440 is a fascinating topic to study up on, because some people think that 432 is like the magical like frequency, and it like controls the universe and it brings us all together if you play everything at 432. I don't know. It's all rock and roll to me, man. Can I use an external latching double foot switch in the toe input? Double latching. I know I've used a single latching before, but I'm not sure about double latching, and I don't know what you would use the double latching for. So if it's not in the manual, honestly, it's probably not possible to do that. But you would think they would tell that in the manual. So anyway, thanks for the questions. Let's keep those questions coming in. I'm gonna keep working on this clean tone here. So now if I dig in, you know, it gets a little crunchy, but I can still you know, do all that, get a nice clean tone. So now that we've found our initial tone, now we go to the output and we look at our rig volume. And we see how close we can get it to 0 without going into the yellow. And usually I like about 2 to 3 bars below 0. That gives me plenty of just headroom. And then I usually keep my master around like the 7 to 8 range on the volume there. So that way I'm just sending a very consistent signal to the front of house, especially at church. It just helps. It helps the sound engineer just make sure he's getting his gain staging right. So turn that back up on the master so you can hear it. Because otherwise, if I keep it here, I'm going to have to turn up the preamp on my Focusrite. And that's actually for my microphone. Yeah, the only way to do it is just from the master here. So, because I'm using a line input and it's only going to give me what I put into it here. So, but I'm also looking at the audio output capture of my Streamlabs OBS software, and I'm in the red, but I'm not like horrible. So I either give you a hot signal and you got to crank up your headphones, or I send you a decent signal and you know, you can listen comfortably. So it's not too bad, but I'm still going to raise the rig volume maybe 4 dB. Turn the master down, because I just don't want to slam the DBFS scale there. Alright, so that looks good. That looks good on the screen. Now let's go ahead and add some reverb. So there's a few different thought processes you can go through. You can do a spring reverb. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So if this is your clean tone and you're going for a you know, like the old-timey surf rock kind of rockabilly kind of stuff. But once again, the mix of that was at 40%. So if you don't like that much, you can just turn it down. Okay? 20%. Okay, that's pretty good. We can also adjust the tone so you can make it really super bright. You can kind of hear the trail of the reverb, the brightness of it. I always try to turn the tails on when I can. So that way if I'm playing and I turn the effect off, the tail of the reverb and delay keeps going. So okay, I mean, it's not too bad. We can mess with the decay. We can also mess with the width of the reverb. And in my ears, I hear it. It got wider right there, which is cool. All right, I'm fine with that. So we're just gonna. Okay, and if I switched over to a different guitar, which let me do that real fast. Uh-oh. There we go. This is the Greg Koch Gristle Master. Ooh, the Gristle. This is my telly. And I'm really at a point right now in my guitar collecting life to where I'm pretty happy with what I have. I got a great humbucker guitar in the Sensei, which is what you just saw. This is the Greg Koch Telecaster from Reverb. So it just gives you a nice telly tone, which I hadn't had a telly in a few years. But here's the bridge pickup. That's I know I'm taking a long time to get going here, but we're finding a clean tone, and then after this we'll go through the other channels of this amp. I feel like I'm explaining some concepts that might be helpful to everybody, and we can see how to tune one more time. Okay. Alright, so already we can hear that we don't have as much low end in our signal because we don't have a humbucker. So really, depending on what guitar you have will determine a lot of the settings that you dial in on the amps and cabs and effects and whatever else. So this does have a mid-range switch. You can hear the volume kind of bump up a little bit right there. Cool. Pretty bright. Let's bring the tone back down. Kind of darken it up a little bit. Okay, let's add that to the end. And let's add a... there's no new reverbs or delays or anything. But I do like the pitch delay. And then I'll make it 0 semitones and detune it just a little bit. Okay. Cool. Let's check the questions real fast. Yes, Andrew, the new update is available as of 10 o'clock this morning. Or maybe 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern, because Headrush is on the East Coast. Can I use my Bad Horsey wah pedal with the Headrush? Yeah, sure. Just go guitar to Bad Horsey input, and then output of Bad Horsey to the input of your Headrush, and you're good to go. Can you use a capo using the Headrush? Yeah. Yeah, you can use a capo just like anything else. Whether you're tuning with like a Boss TU2 tuner or a TC Electronic Polytune or whatever. I mean, just put I don't have a capo with me right now, but you can do that. And Blessed Heavy Elements says, greets Doc. Greets to you, my friend. Greet it on, man. Okay, it's pretty decent. Pretty decent clean tone there. So let's just see what happens if we were to add a chorus. Let's do stereo. Love hurts. Oh yeah. There's a funny story, really fast story. There was a guy at MTSU where I went to college here in Middle Tennessee, Murfreesboro. And he would do these parody songs on the Monday night Cyber Cafe open mic nights. And one of the songs he did, instead of Love Hurts by whatever band that is from the 80s or 90s, he did Lunch Hurts. Because he was making fun of the lunch food at Corlew Cafeteria on campus. He'd go, ooh, 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 lunch hurts. Lunch punch hurts the skies. You I don't even remember all the lyrics, but it's hilarious. So anyway, that's what that chorus reminded me of for some reason. Cool, I like that. Let's go ahead and add a dyne comp, and I have my doc comp preset, which you can see right here. I'll keep it on the screen for a little bit. You can see the threshold's at 60. Attack is around 15 to 20, depending on if I pooped that day or not. I'm sorry, that was ridiculous. The gain's at 6. The ratio's at 1.7. The release is at 5. I'm sorry, but that was funny. And the knee's at 0. A little bit of compression there. I'm just feeling weird right now. This is strange. I'm not drunk at all. I'm sorry. I'm serious. Okay, so this is the neck pickup. This is really nice, actually. Wow. Okay. This is awesome. Sounds really good so far. So this is going to be the EPB dock, so you know it's from me. CL clean. Okay. Bam. There you go. So I think this amp is going to be really, really versatile. If it's any indication of what we have so far. So I'm going to actually click save again, save new rig, EPB doc CR for crunch. And now all I'm simply going to do is get rid of the chorus. I'm going to go to the crunch channel. Okay. Let's turn the cab link off. See, it already changed my settings. So 414 off axis. Now, I did notice the spring reverb kind of did bring down the volume a little bit. I don't know why that would be, but I mean it's fine. Let's actually turn off the wet effects for now. Okay, if you had any wonder, if you wondered at all if the Gristle Master can do like hard rock metal type stuff, oh heck yeah I can. Oh heck yeah. Show can. Okay. What do you mean what? What are you talking about, Aaron? Oh my gosh. This guy. Love Aaron Short. Go subscribe to him on YouTube. He does a great he has a great channel where he does mainly just live streams. I mean, he'll do some pre-recorded stuff, but he has a great live stream on Mondays where he does he talks about Martin guitars primarily. I try to get him to talk about other stuff, but he just won't. He just won't do it. Treble. Let's turn the treble up just a little bit. Let's turn the mid boost on. Oh heck yes. Okay. Depth punch. Okay, not hearing tons of stuff there. Weird. I'm getting some feedback in my some gristle in my microphone here. It's weird. Okay, not sure what's going on with this gate. I don't know. I'll keep it on. Let's see what happens to the gain range. I did one of the videos I saw earlier today made a great point, and he was talking about recording and stacking multiple heavy guitar sounds. And he did say, and I totally agree with this, that you need to kind of keep the gain fairly low. I mean, seriously. Because just listen to this gain range here. We got the gain all the way down, which is nothing. Start bringing it up. Okay, it's still a little, it's not tons of gain, but there's going to be a small little range, back and forth, to where you're not really going to get that much more punch and just overall gain once you go past a certain point. So most amps I found, sorry, not sure what's going on with this microphone. Most amps I found between the 30 to 55-ish range. That's about all the gain you really need for the sound you're going for. Anything above that, it's just you're adding noise, you're adding just even more compression, and you do lose a lot of punch when you're trying to get a good, just just a lot of snappiness. That was at 60. You can see kind of in the 20 range. It's almost better to keep the gain low and then boost it with a pedal. Which in this point, this is a great transition point to kind of show what some other... Golly. I don't know what's going on with this mic, but it's all good. We have a lot of options now for dirt, which is great. So we have added the D250, which is an OD, I think, OD250, whatever it is. The S1 drive, which is your Boss S1, an Octave Fuzz, and then a B Distortion 7000, which is a bass pedal, distortion pedal. So if you're wondering if they added anything for you bass players, actually, where am I pointing? Yeah, they did. It's right there. I got confused by my camera, which way I was pointing. So, Zach Wild, I'm pretty sure he uses a Lead 800, Marshall 800, JCM 800, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure he boosts his solos and stuff with a Boss S1 or SD1. So classic setup is level all the way up, tone all the way up, drive all the way down. And let's go ahead and add that to see what I did there. I did ... hardware sign. We're just click on the cab, click on S1 drive, and click say on. So now we can turn that on and off with the switch. Man, I'm sorry for the microphone. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, here's our tone as it is right now. Okay, let's check the cab. 414 off axis. That's great. Great crunch tone. Let's turn on the S1 drive. Okay, so with the reason why there are literally thousands of overdrives is each one just has a different character to it. Like a Tube Screamer from the 80s has a slightly different mid-range honk than one from the 90s and one from the 2000s. That's why Paul from the Headrush Facebook group has a Maxon 808, because he just swears that it sounds different than a Tube Screamer. And it does. It just sounds different. It gives you a different push, a different frequency range, different volume boost, all that stuff. So whatever Flava Flav of overdrive pedals that you prefer. I mean, you got a lot of great options here in the Headrush. So, let's go back to our riff. Okay, just for fun, let's go to our tube screamer, which is a JRC OD, and let's make it green. I don't know why it always defaults to yellow. That's ridiculous. Drive all the way down, tone all the way up, volume all the way up. Let's compare the JRC to the S1 drive with the with this on. So let's actually take off our spring reverb. We don't need. We're just gonna leave it on the whole time, so we don't need it. We don't need it on a switch. Okay, so basic crunch tone. Here we go. JRC. And S1. So the S1 to me has a little bit more low end, because just tube screamers naturally roll off. Let me do the other way. They roll off the low end. It's just what they do. But the S1 still sounds like it retains a little bit of that, so just fine. So if I were setting up a scene, which I might do when I get off here. So if you want this same rig but with scenes, go to my website and pay the $20 and get the Headrush HTS rigs, and you'll have these rigs you can play with. So once again, that just goes to help donate. If you want to donate anything to the channel, just buy that. That's a great way to do it. Or if you want to help support me and Greg Barth at the same time, go to sonicdna.com or click the link in the description right now for my Doctor McFarland IR pack, which is on sale right now for 30% off. So there you go. So I would have crunch with SD1 on, and then maybe turn on a delay. Okay, let's adjust that just a little bit. Turn the mix down. Maybe the feedback down. So you can hear how much mid-range that really punches in. Why is my microphone just freaking out? Quit it. Stop it. All right, I think that's cool. Let's move on. So real fast, let's just see what our options are. So we have an EPB low and a high. Okay. So let's save new rig. EPB dock. Sorry. Forgot how to type for a second. EPP dock. Let's do lead, and let's do something slightly different here. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Let's do this. So we're gonna switch this amp to the low, and then this amp, we're gonna add in another amp. We're gonna bring in the high. Okay, this is where scenes get really fun. Okay, so let's get rid of that cab because we don't need it. We're still good on the original cab and microphone option. So hardware assign. Okay, we are going to click the toggle till it says scene 1. We're going to choose edit. Okay, so I don't want the drives on. I want to just be able to turn them on and off on the switch there. So amp 1 and amp 2. Amp 1 is going to be the low and amp 2 is going to be the high. So amp 1 is going to be on, but amp 2 is going to be off for this one. Cab is always going to be on. Pitch, we'll turn it off on this one. Reverb is going to be on. An external amp is going to be none. That external amp right there, this is what makes the gig board a little bit more special, because the pedal board in MX5 does not do this, but the gig board has an external amp option to where you can send a cable out to your amplifier and switch channels on the amp, which is really cool. And that's what the tip and the ring or both comes in. Okay, so there's that. Let's move our delay over here and then use that for our scene 2. And this is going to be amp 1 off, amp 2 on. Delay is going to be on. Reverb is going to be on. Drive. Let's turn these off for now. So what we can do with this is we can choose whichever amp we want, and then we can just turn on and off whatever overdrive pedal we want. Let's go ahead and name these. So I just click on this scene, or we're going to say EPB low, and this one is going to be EPB high. Hi, what's up? Let's go to edit and let's make these, let's make a red. Kind of like the Taylor Swift song. Burning red, woo. Sorry, I like me some Tay Tay. Maybe I don't like the reverb on this. Let's turn the reverb down even more. All right, that's pretty good. Even more. Can y'all hear that? Is the microphone acting weird? It's just weird. How's the volume? How's the everything going? Ask your questions. I'm not seeing any more chattiness going on. So. All right, so without me doing anything to the amps, we can already hear that the low has some more low end, not as much top end going on. But then the high it already has more gain, more top end, just more bite, more everything. So if we want to adjust that just a little bit, maybe turn with the presence. Okay, I like it. Save. only know 5 licks. I need to learn some more stuff. Otherwise, you're going to keep hearing the same licks over and over and over again. What do you think of the tuner? I think the tuner's great. It really does. Eli Stone, what's up, Banjo Kid? Eli always, he's one of my old students here in Middle Tennessee, and he always seems to show up on the live stream. So, what's up, Eli? Yeah, tuner's great. I think other than my bending strings, I feel like the tuner is great. Now, I probably will do a separate video on like intonation and see if I can use the tuner to set intonation, which I don't know why I can't. I mean, I think it should be fine. And I know a few of my guitars need some. So you can see already that, especially the A string is already a little sharp compared to. Man, I don't know why my microphone is freaking out. It's weird. And essentially, let's probably do this. Let's add a graphic EQ afterwards, and let's boost the gain. This is clean gain, by the way. We're not adding like distortion gain. Let's turn the low gain down a little bit. Something like that. And what I'm going to do, let's get, just for the sake of having the S1 drive be new, graphic EQ on. So the graphic EQ switch, and let's swap these around. Bam, like that. Do y'all hear the microphone? Is it freaking you out? It's weird. It's like it stops and then it starts again. So the S1 drive is going to be our before the amp boost. So off. And then our graphic EQ, which is purely meant for a volume boost and maybe a little bit of frequency sculpting, is going to be our post amplifier solo boost. Okay, so at that point, you just have to decide how much gain boost do you want. So let's just go with 2 dB. We can also add some high gain, like some high frequencies. Really just to make the solo just poke out in the mix more when you're playing with your band. Alright, so there's that, and then we got the low. The low to me is a little muddy, so I just have to find a way to boost the top end. Oh, that's a little bit better. Let's do the gain. All right, that's I think it's a little bit better. Now I technically made them both sound the same. So, you know, maybe you don't want that much similarity. Maybe you do want it to be a little bit different. Real fast. Let me check the comments while I open up Superior Drummer. My bass guitar, dadgummit, is at work, so I can't show you the new bass overdrive pedal because I don't have a bass. But I'll add it to a something. Let's find a groove here. Radio rock, messy rock, double kick metal. Yay. Let's turn the cache off so the full thing will be on. Just trying to find something here. Mid metal. Solo! Thank you, Superior Drummer, for your, providing that sweet drum, whatever. Oh, man. This makes me happy. Great. I'm so glad. What is your favorite part of the front? I don't know. What do I like about this update? It really just goes back to variation. When I'm recording it here in the studio and I'm using maybe a Sedano for a rhythm, maybe a Bogner for another rhythm, and I need another amp for like a solo tone. I mean, it just gives you another... The Powerball and all its whatever characteristic is, it just gives you another option. Just gives you another set of possibilities. So not to say that. I mean, this is just like mind-blowingly amazing update. I mean, yeah, it's great, but I mean, really, I was fine with just the Mezzo Boogies and what I had, but. It's free. Don't complain. It's freaking free, guys. It's free. Just, you bought it and they kept giving you more stuff. I commented earlier in the Headrush group that I have a Boss MS3, which they've never updated. Never. It still has the same exact effects that it came out with like 5 years ago, or whenever it came out, 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, they just never updated it. And it's still great. It gives you everything that you would need in like a very small powerful effect unit. So now the MS3 doesn't have any amps at all. I have to pair that with an amp. But as far as effects go, I mean, it has all your reverbs and delays and overdrives, and I mean, the same amount, even more overdrives than the Headrush has. To me, Boss has been around a very long time, and they just have a lot of history there. So yeah, there you go. There's the EPB dock. Save that. Let's make a whole new thing here. We're going to call this 2.4 rock blues. Okay. 2.4 rock blues. Let's keep the graphic EQ in there. We'll take out the heads and what did I just do? I didn't want to do that, but let's do this. Let's turn the scenes off here, and let's just add an amp, and let's stick with the clean on this one, because we can. And it's still new and fresh in all minds. Turn the mid boost on. And now let's see what the let's see what this 250 is all about. Okay, let's go to a bluesy preset. And this is off first. Okay, 250. All right, so the 250 to me, it's not your tube screamer. It's not a blues driver. It's not a full tone OCD. It kind of has some gritty hair to it, like you hadn't showered in a week. That's kind of dangerous, right? Let's turn the gain up a little bit. I talked about pooping and I'm not showering so far this week. This is I'm not telling you what I do in my personal life by any means at all. My wife would not like that. So it's just sounds a little fuzzy to me. Definitely fuzzy. Let's make sure we're matching our level here. Okay, so if you like that sound, then you're going to find a way to integrate it into your live set, into your rigs, into your studio options. If you don't like that sound, then just don't use it. Okay. You can complain, be like, "Oh, I don't like that one. This is a waste of a firmware update." It's like, well, you can't please everybody. So either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, or you're just gonna find creative ways, because you're a musician. You create something. Create a song around that sound. Find a way to make it happen. So I think it's a good lesson there. Let's see. It sounds like it's popping maybe a bad chord. Yeah, maybe it is a bad chord. Parametric and a K drive for my sound. Yeah, that's cool, man. This is a It's a vintage something. It's just it's a good mic. I think it is just the cable though. I've had this cable a long time, and maybe it's just crapping out. There I go, talking about crap again. Just need some piano and violins. There you go. Yep. TSO concert. You're right. I'm opening for them next week. I'm just reading some comments here. Robert says, and I don't have a way to like show the comments on the screen like some of you other really cool guys out there that do live streams. I'm using Streamlabs OBS, and to my knowledge, it doesn't have that feature. I like that they have stuff on there for bass. Not a lot of modelers have things for bass. Yeah, that's true. Headrush is a blessing, says Sean White from Kentucky. MX5 is only 6 months old, and they've upgraded quite a bit. Well, yeah, the MX5 is benefiting from the pedal board and the gig board being out for much longer. So far, I don't know if you know this or not, but the all three units use the exact same DSP. Okay, if you have the MX5, you're not getting like it's not a little brother of DSP compared to the pedal board or even the gig board. You have the exact same horsepower under the hood with the MX5 as you do with the full size pedal board, and that is amazing. Line 6 Helix and HX Effects and HX Stomp. It's not the case. The Stomp and the Effects have, I think, like half the DSP that the full size Helix has. So therefore, when you start adding all these cool effects, you run out of DSP really fast. And then you have to start backtracking and making decisions on, what you want to do with all that. So I just saw my phone flicker for some reason. But yeah, the Headrush, all the same DSP, so that's great in that regard. It's only 5 years old. Yeah, that's right. Headrush, the pedal board is only 5 years old. I got my Headrush pedal board in 2017, and I've been making videos ever since. So I probably have at least 120 to 150 videos on YouTube alone. And then I have even more videos on my website about the Headrush. So if you're interested in diving deeper into the Headrush, head over to my website and sign up for the course, whether you want just the rigs or you want the full-blown Headrush tone sculpting course. It's very cheap, relatively cheap compared to buying a brand new pedal or something. And you're buying education, you're buying knowledge from my brain to your brain. So if you want to help support me, it's great. Go right ahead. I have a pregnant wife that would appreciate the extra dough in the bank account. So, and by the way, we're about 2 weeks away from having this baby. So if you think I'm slacking on the YouTube game, and you're like, man, Doctor McFarland is just not cranking out the content like he used to. Well, I have a lot of crap going on, guys. I have a lot of stuff going on. And new house. I'm in a new house right here. We hung drywall this week in the studio, and my contractor is out of town for personal reasons, and we're just not able to work on it anymore until Friday. So we're going to do that Friday and Saturday, do some more on the studio. But there's studio work going on. I'm booking sessions for March, April, and May coming up. So if you're a band that wants to record with the Doctor here in Middle Tennessee, then hit me up on my website or Facebook Messenger or Instagram or whatever at Dr. McFarland. And let's book a session, guys. Let's make some music together, okay? Let's read some more comments and let's do some more playing. What axe do I have here? Eli Stone. This is the Reverend Gristle Master It's a slightly bigger body than your typical Telecaster, and it has Fishman Fluence pickups, which is about a $400 pickup set that comes standard in this model. That is why this particular model, and also the Gil Paris signature model from Reverb, is slightly higher in price, because the pickups a little bit more, and all the normal stuff that goes into a guitar and its price. Darboard says, is it possible to use the Headrush as an amp sim into another multi-effects pedal? Yes, it is. Not a cab sim amp only. Yeah, you can just turn off the cabs. That's exactly what I do with my HX Stomp and Boss MS3 setup, my pedal board setup, which I'm going to be doing some videos on that here pretty soon. I've been slacking in that area. I've been meaning to do that for like a year, and I just hadn't got around to it. But I just use the amps from the HX Stomp, and it goes into the MS3 is going into the loop of the HX Stomp. So I'm using the MS3 and the pedals for the front end dirt, and I'm just using the amp on the HX Stomp. So you can do the exact same thing with the MX5 gig board or the pedal board. You can just use it as an amp sim and then hit the front end with pedals or whatever you want. It's a good option there. Can't wait to try the dark glass puppy. All right. So that was the 250. Let's move on here. I got distracted reading comments. Octafuzz. Let's go default on that one. And here is the dark glass for guitar. So let's do the dark glass first. And we have a lot of options here. All right, let's do this. Shoot. Let's add a octave. Maybe. Okay, all the my octave options are gone. Let's do a wham. 1 octave down. And let's move this before all that stuff. So now I have a bass. I just turned my guitar into a bass by using... See, the reason why I was out of DSP, because I have all these other stuff in the rig. But I just used the whammy, the wham that you get from the expression section, and it turned my bass, turned my guitar 1 octave lower. So... Okay, let's see what's going on here. It's on distortion level. So the blend is, I'm pretty sure, is like your dry and wet blend. So you can have it totally dry. Or 100% wet. Let's go back to our drums here. And let's find a groove. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's right. Totally forgot what riff I was playing. So I think if you actually had a bass, I mean, that would be more prominent there. But so low mid, and then low mid frequency. So we can find a frequency here that we want to accentuate. So that's kind of cool. This pedal is probably great for like hard rock and metal bass players. You're gonna hear a lot in metal productions. The bass just has this really really raunchy and growly overtone to it, and that helps it pop out in the mix. I mean, really well. So just imagine. Let me try the neck pickup. So let's say we're going like a. Actually, let me do this. Let me keep this rig for the blues rock stuff. Let's do a new rig. We're gonna find our bass amp here, which is the Blue Line bass, and we're gonna do the cab type. We're going to do the Blue Line 8x10. Let's use a Dyne 12 on it, because why not? Okay, now we can add in an octave, because we don't have all the other silly stuff going on. Detune, drop tune. No, I don't want a drop tune. I know we have an octave down. Sorry. Let's go to expression. And why can I not think of this? Let's do that. See, this is a chord wham. It's not really a great. It's not a great thing, but it's fine. Distortion. That. Let's see what our. So you can hear. Just adding dirt. Now with these frequency ranges here, you can really sculpt the sound. And it might be a pedal to where you don't even really use it a whole lot, but maybe you just have a section of a song you want to really feature, and you need the distortion and the frequency adjustments to really pop out in the mix for that. So we're going to call this 2.4 bass rig. And there you go. So there's that. I'll tweak that a little bit later. But let's check out the Fuzz pedal here. Get rid of this whammy. Okay, let's check the comments real fast. What's up, Greg Barth? I have spoken your name way too many times in this live stream, so so are you going through the effects loop for the example Darber said? Effects loop. Effects loop. Yeah, sure. So if you have another multi-effect device that has an effects loop, then yes, you can put the gig board into that effects loop. So that way you have your pre-effects, then the gig board, or the Headrush, which is in the middle, and then your reverbs and stuff after. Or you can use the effects loop of the Headrush and put your multi-effect unit in there, which is exactly what I do with my HX Stomp and Boss MS3. I have the MS3 in the effects loop of the Stomp. So, yeah, it's just multiple ways of doing it, which is fine. Octopedal to make it sound like a bass, and then use yeah. Robert, I didn't even see your just answer my question. Yep. I didn't even see that, but we were thinking the same thing there. Effectomar thinks so. Yeah. Would this work? Okay, going into a Blues Junior. Yes, it will. Wait, what will work okay going into a Blues Junior? Just the Headrush in general? Yeah, totally. Totally will. Greg Barth, the myth, the legend. What's up? Okay. Octafuzz with no further delay. Now there's different schools of thought here. Some people like using the neck pickup on a fuzz pedal, and then maybe messing with the volume the volume knob a little bit. Let me get back. I felt like I was over here too much. Now this octave pedal is always very spitty, just like blah blah kind of sound. It definitely gives you the Hendrix "Are You Experienced" kind of sound. So, and once again, I'm just using the clean Ingle. I don't know. Another trivia question here. Does the Octafuzz use a germanium transistor or a... Oh crap, I forgot what the other one was. Germanium and silicone. Which one does it use? And there's different pedals over the years that use different ones, but germanium apparently or supposedly changes the sound depending on if it's hot or cold. You know, the temperature of the pedal, which is crazy. Maybe silicone is not as temperamental as the germanium transistors or resistors, whatever they are. But what it comes in the Octafuzz, I don't know. I'm going to have to find out myself. But if you know the answer, leave a comment down below. And the first one to answer this, I will send you a freebie on my website, probably to the rigs, the HTS rigs here. So answer the question, you 16 viewers, and the first one to answer will get a freebie, free access there. So you don't have to give me $20 unless you just want to. Okay. Let's do the bridge. Once again, it's not an Eric Clapton. Well, I mean, it can be Eric Clapton. It's just not a sound that you're going to use a lot. But if you're going for that Jimi Hendrix 60s, early 70s rock, blues, Inagata, DeVita, kind of tone, then that's what you're going to use right there, the Octafuzz. It's really cool. I feel like the microphone is a little hot, but silicone. I'm seeing Robert Atkins. Robert, send me a message on my website. There's like a little messaging option on my website, drmcfarlandstudios.com, and message me, and I'll give you access to my my Headrush tone sculpting rigs course there. So yeah, I think it probably is silicone, I'm sure. And let me turn the volume knob down. That's just a cool sound, because you're starving the circuit of like juice, and it hasn't crossed the threshold to get like the full on spit fuzz sound that it has. And some of these pedals even have like an internal like a control, like a dip switch, or like a control that you can adjust how much spit and how much fuzz raunch sound that you can get out of this pedal. So this is full on full volume up, and this is a little halfway down. And fuzz all the way up. There's a great example of this kind of sound. One of many examples is the John Mayer, I think on his Battle something album, whatever the Battle thing is. He did a version of Crossroads that has like a nice spitty, like, half volume up kind of fuzz tone. It's just a cool, I think it's just guitar and vocal. It didn't even have like drums or really anything else. It's just guitar, vocal, maybe a little percussion or something maybe. I did see that John Mayer's coming to Bridgestone here in Nashville April something. I don't know how much it is, but I might go. That'd be a great concert. He's a great musician. He always has a great band, and if you just appreciate good musicianship, then go check out John Mayer. If you appreciate good pop music, then go check out Tay-Tay, aka Taylor Swift. But if you like good just rock and blues music, then John Mayer's he's cool. I don't know if you consider him a douche or not, but he's got great hair, and I have no hair. So there you go. The air just came on, so sorry about that. Power, loyalty, respect to the Doc with the beast chops, Fresno, California. Yeah, thanks for that. Really tasty licks. Get down with your bad self. Yep, I am so tasty. Yeah, so there's just a certain point that the fuzz, either you hate it or you love it. So see, to me, that's pretty close to the Octafuzz. It's just a little spitty sounding. 250. Sorry, I just changed keys like 3 times right there. Yeah, so 250 I would put that into the fuzz category. Then your S1 drive. Hello, microphone. Quit freaking out. Let's turn the volume down just a tad in the tone, and let's start bringing up the drive. So with the tone knob, when you turn it counterclockwise, it gets dark, and then you turn it up, it gets just brighter. But it's not like the OCD, the full tone OCD, to where fully clockwise is the most amount of high end, like it's just open. Then as you start turning it counterclockwise, you're essentially doing a low pass filter, which is rolling off high end. This one, I want to say 50% would probably be like center or something, where it's not adjusting or cutting. It's not boosting or cutting frequencies. I'm not sure. I just know when you turn it all the way down, it's dark, and then all the way up, it's pretty bright. So let's go 59%. Let's go 30%. All the way up. So kind of just depends on what you want sound wise, whether you're playing blues or whether you're playing more of like a rock or hard rock or metal. To me, this is not metal sound at all. It's just a good tube screamery, kind of mid-rangey, pushed kind of sound. So I'm in the key of D. That's pretty good. This microphone, I swear. Okay, great. Delay. And then overdrive off. And now we're back to just our good old clean tone. I think it's great. It's a really nice glassy kind of tone. All right, guys. I think that is pretty good for tonight. Let's recap what we've done here so you can go to the website and check those out. So, how does it feel? That was just when I made this set list, I just had to have a rig in there to save it. So, I just put that in there, but I'm going to delete it. So we have an EPB.clean, the crunch, the lead, which has 2 amp heads that you can swap back and forth. with the scenes there. And then we have a rock blues, and we have a bass rig. So I will be sure to bring my bass home tomorrow after work, and I'll dial that rig in just a little bit more with an actual bass, and then I'll be sure to upload these to the website. Okay, so once again, I really appreciate it if you, 1, subscribe down below, and 2, click the bell, 3, leave a comment, 4, share my channel or even just this video to your friends, family, grandma. Hey granny, this doc guy is pretty cool. Anyway, you know what I mean. 5, head over to the website, send me a message introducing yourself, saying, hey, I like your channel, I like your website, you're really cool. And 6, I know this is a long list of things for you to do. 6, buy a course, learn about music theory, learn about recording and some Headrush stuff, and a bunch of other stuff I'm going to release on the website this year. Once I get the new studio in place, I'm able to have a good, a good permanent setup that I can do a lot of stuff with. So, but yeah, all kinds of good stuff here. So let's check the comments one more time. And Ellis, yeah, I can't wait to update my gig board. Yeah, man, I'm using the gig board right here, and it's awesome. It is really awesome. I do have I haven't really announced this yet to the world, but I do have a new drum kit over here. You can kind of see the cymbals and stuff right here. This is the Roland VAD 503 with a few add-ons, and I did find this used on Marketplace for a really good deal, and the guy ended up being just excellent, really cool guy, and it was really good to meet him, and I think we're going to stay in touch and, talk music and all that fun stuff. So I will be featuring the drum kit on the channel in the next few months and from now into eternity. And so that's going to be cool. We're going to do a lot of drumming stuff. I do have some backing tracks on my website as well. If you want to pay $20 for that, you get one-time fee and you get all the backing tracks I'm ever going to create. So I'm going to start really cranking out some cool backing tracks here for you to practice with and play along to, and you can dial in your Headrush tones and practicing your solos and all that stuff. So sorry, I got a little belchy there, poopy and belchy, like I was saying earlier. So I'm going to be laying down some drums, doing some bass, doing some guitar demo stuff, and all that. So be sure to subscribe, stay up to date with the old doctor here. And we're going to do some healing this year. And we're going to have a baby, apparently. So it's going to be great. And been going for about an hour and 44 minutes. So I think it's a good time to call it quits. Thank you to everyone who has chimed in here on the chat. It's been fun to hang out and look at the new stuff for Headrush. I will be doing some pre-recorded videos, kind of showing off some more tones. Probably doing some jam track kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Probably later this week and the next coming weeks, as I find time in between working on the studio and having a new baby and working and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anything else you need from me, just let me know. You know where to find me, drmcfarlandstudios.com. Be sure to grab the Dr. McFarland IR pack from Sonic DNA down below. And if you're going to shop anywhere on Amazon or Sweetwater, be sure to click my affiliate links before you do that. And that helps I get a little bit of kickback from that. No extra cost to you. You were going to buy it anyway. You might as well just click through my link so I can get a little bit of commission from that. And that just goes to help support the channel as well. So appreciate all you guys for subscribing, following the channel over the years, and just sticking with me. And it's going to be another good year here in 2022. And everyone watch the Super Bowl this next week. If you're into that, just have fun, eat some food, maybe drink some root beer or something, and watch some football. Watch some grown men beat the crap out of each other while trying to get a pigskin across the football field. And stay safe out there. I love you all. I really do. I'm not just saying that. I love all you guys. And if you need anything from me at all, just reach out. I'm here for you. Okay? Life is too short not to have people in your life that can care for you and can be there for you when you need to talk or just need a friend. So I'm here for you. I am the doctor. I do heal people, sweet rock and roll. And you have a good night. Okay? We'll talk to you guys later. I'm Dr. McFarland. See you in the next video. Keep rocking. I have to end my video the same way every time. So